Imagine you're sitting on a bus, laughing, chatting with your friends, and in just 1 second, every girl on that bus is sliced in half. Except you. Would you want to know, was it just a gust of wind, or the game of death itself? The story begins on a quiet morning. 2 buses move along a winding road, filled with young female students. Laughter, gossip, music, life seems normal, peaceful. Among them sits Mitsuko, a gentle, pretty girl lost in her notebook, scribbling something with deep focus. Her friends tease her. Mitsuko! You're always writing. What's the point of all these notes? Look around. Everyone's having fun, and you're still buried in your book. One of them snatches the notebook playfully. Mitsuko's pen falls to the floor. She bends down to pick it up, and that's when it happens. A terrifying force, invisible yet unstoppable, slices through the air. Both buses, filled with laughter just moments ago, are cut clean in half. In a blink, the road turns into a scene of horror. Blood, screams, silence. Bodies split in 2, lifeless, motionless. Everyone is dead. Everyone, except Mitsuko, because she was bent down when it struck. She slowly lifts her head, her face pale, her eyes wide with disbelief. What just happened? Her voice trembles, her body shakes. She stumbles out of the broken bus, running aimlessly down the road. That thing, that invisible killer. It wasn't a person. It was the wind itself. Yes, the wind was killing people. Now that same deadly wind is after her. Mitsuko runs for her life, heart pounding, tears streaming down her face. She sees a group of 4 girls ahead and screams, "Get down! Please, get down!" But it's too late. The air tears through them like a blade. And in seconds, they're all gone. One of them she manages to save for a moment. But then the wind comes again, and takes her too. Mitsuko's screams echo through the empty road. Terrified and broken, she keeps running. Her legs tremble, her lungs burn, until she reaches a riverbank. What she sees there freezes her blood. Dozens of bodies, all girls, all sliced in half, float in the water. Victims of that same unseen force. Mitsuko kneels beside one of the corpses, takes her clothes, and changes. Desperate to hide, desperate to survive. Then, without knowing how, she finds herself walking toward a different school. A strange place, full of girls she doesn't recognize. Their uniforms are different. Their faces unfamiliar. She whispers to herself, "Where am I? What is this place?" A cheerful girl suddenly walks up to her. "Mitsuko!" "Hey, how are you?" Mitsuko freezes. Do you know me?" she stammers. The girl laughs. "Of course. You're my best friend." But Mitsuko's eyes show confusion and fear. She doesn't remember this place. Or this girl. Her mind spins. Reality feels like a dream. Soon we learn that Mitsuko and this girl are very close. Almost in love. But before she can understand anything, a strong gust of wind blows again. Mitsuko panics and runs inside the building. Her friend follows, trying to calm her down. "Mitsuko, what's wrong?" "It's just the wind." Mitsuko shivers. "No, you don't understand. That wind, it killed everyone on the bus. I saw it. They were all cut in half." Her friend gently holds her hand, takes her to the window and says, "Look, it's only air. Nothing more, see? It can't hurt you." Mitsuko takes a deep breath. For a moment, she believes her. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe she imagined it all. Trying to forget, the girls decide to leave the classroom together. 4 of them sneak out quietly. But as they reach the hallway, their teacher spots them. They run, laughing nervously, down the stairs, through the corridors, until they reach a lake behind the school. There, Mitsuko's best friend tells the others about her dream. They listen, curious. One girl says, "Maybe it's not a dream. Maybe it's a mirror world. A world opposite to ours, where everything happens in reverse." She picks up a stone and throws it into the lake. "See this? Maybe in the other world?" "I didn't throw it." Suddenly the water stirs. A giant crocodile bursts out and swallows her whole. The others scream, horrified. Another girl mutters, trembling, "See? I told you, like what happens here doesn't happen there." She's dead in that world, but safe in this one. They look around and notice a bed near the lake. They laugh nervously, start tossing pillows at each other. A brief moment of innocence in a world gone mad. But in the distance, 2 other girls watch them quietly. One of them wears a bridal dress. They've just married each other. And one of them whispers, "If we want to survive, we must do something the world can't predict." In this world, everything might seem impossible. But fate is something already written. Still, there's a strange power in humans. The power to change even what's written for them. And with that thought, all the girls return to their school once again. The class begins, the lecture starts, and everyone takes their seats. Mitsuko notices a pillow lying near her desk. She bends down to pick it up, but in that very moment, her teacher pulls out a gun and starts firing wildly across the classroom. Gunshots echo through the walls. Screams fill the air. And when Mitsuko finally lifts her head, what she sees freezes her soul. Every girl in the class is dead. Blood everywhere, silence, and once again, just like in her dreams, Mitsuko is the only one still alive. Her teacher slowly walks toward her and says, "How dare you try to end this class? You were supposed to die too!" Just then 2 girls rush in. They grab Mitsuko and try to escape, but another teacher appears. and shoots them both dead on the spot. Now Mitsuko runs with the few surviving students. They make it outside, gasping for breath. But then, a violent wind begins to blow, sharp as blades, slicing through the air, and one by one, the girls are cut down. Blood splashes across the ground. The wind shows no mercy. Once again, Mitsuko stands alone. Terrified, she runs, through the streets, through a crowded area, until she finally bursts into a police station. Breathing heavily, she cries out, "Everyone in my school is dead! The teacher killed them. All of them." The police officer stares at her strangely and says, "But you're not wearing a school uniform." Then she holds up a mirror, and Mitsuko's world collapses, because the reflection staring back at her isn't her. Her face, her body, everything has changed. People around her start calling her by a different name. She's no longer Mitsuko. We learn that she's about to get married. The officer takes her to a church. People smile, clapping, congratulating her. But Mitsuko's face shows only confusion and fear. Inside the church, she spots her best friend, the same one from before. "What's happening to me?" she asks, trembling. Her friend whispers, "Stay quiet. We're being controlled by someone. Just do exactly as I say." She dresses Mitsuko in a wedding gown and tells her to walk forward. Mitsuko steps ahead, but as she does, the girls in the church start mocking her, laughing cruelly. Her friend loses control, and one by one she kills every single girl in the room. Mitsuko reaches the altar, but instead of a groom, there's a coffin waiting for her. As it opens, a huge pig jumps out. Mitsuko screams, grabs a broken bottle, and stabs the monster again and again. Then she and her best friend run out of the church. At the gate, 2 more women try to stop them, but her friend fights them off brutally. Mitsuko keeps running, heart pounding, mind spinning. Everything feels wrong, unreal. She passes another mirror, and once again, her face is different. Now she's in a racing field. Girls gather around her and shout, "You're a great runner. Why are you standing still? Run!" She starts running, and suddenly feels a strange energy, a rush of power inside her veins. As she races forward, she sees flashes of her dead friends, the same ones who died in her school. Then, her best friend appears again. Both of them notice. The same pig, the same women from the church, are chasing them! Other girls scream, "Get out of this world, Mitsuko. Run away before it's too late!" Mitsuko keeps running, through darkness, through nothingness, until she reaches a lonely, silent place. There, she sees a group of girls in school uniforms. They look at her with empty eyes and whisper, "We're already dead. And now, Mitsuko, it's your turn." But before they can attack, Mitsuko's best friend bursts onto the scene like lightning and kills the girl in front of her, saving Mitsuko once again. She grabs her hand, shouting, "Mitsuko! Call your name. Say it out loud." Mitsuko screams, "I'm Mitsuko! I'm alive! I'm real!" And suddenly everything shifts. Her world flickers like a broken video game, and she returns to her true form. Her best friend shows her hand, a glowing wire connected to her wrist. She says softly, "Please, pull this wire out. It's the only way I can escape this world." Mitsuko freezes. She's terrified that if she pulls it, her friend might die. She loved her too much to hurt her, but her friend insists, tears in her eyes. Finally, Mitsuko grips the wire and pulls it. In a flash of blood and light, her best friend's body splits in two. Mitsuko screams in horror. Then she sees it, a door glowing ahead. She opens it slowly and steps into another world, a world of men. Billboards and posters of Mitsuko are everywhere. Men are watching her images, talking about her. And then one of them approaches her and says quietly, "You're in the future." The moment she hears that, everything fades to black. Mitsuko collapses. When she wakes up, she finds herself in front of an old man, sitting in a dark room, playing a strange video game. On the screen is Mitsuko herself. The man looks at her and says calmly, "I created this game. I control everything you see. You were dead a long time ago, but I used your DNA to bring you back." Mitsuko's eyes widen in shock. She finally understands. Her entire life was just a simulation. She whispers, "Then maybe I can still escape it." But before she can think, a man appears, calling her closer. The old man smirks and says, "This is your final level. Finish it." Mitsuko walks forward slowly. Her mind is spinning, but a thought strikes her. If I do something here that's impossible in the real world, maybe I can break free. And with burning rage, she grabs the man's neck and screams, "Stop playing with our lives!" Then, without hesitation, she takes the old man's cane and stabs herself in the stomach. The old man gasps. He never imagined Mitsuko would defy her programming. And in that moment, her destiny completely changes. She dies in the game world, but in the real world, Mitsuko is finally alive. Later, we see her lying in a frozen, peaceful place. Her eyes closed, a faint smile on her face. She's home, back in reality, free at last. And that's how this mind-twisting, reality-bending story comes to an end. If you loved this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. for more mysterious movie explanations and thrilling stories like this one. See you in the next video.